Forbes reports a remarkable study about goal setting carried out in the Harvard MBA program. Harvard's graduate students were asked if they have set clear written goals for their futures, as well as if they have made specific plans to transform their fantasies into realities. The result of the study was that only 3% of the students had written down their goals. 13% had goals in their minds, but didn't write them down anywhere. And 84% had no goals at all. Think for a moment which group you belong to. The group that had written goals, the group that had goals stuck in their mind, or the group that had no goals at all. After 10 years, the same group of students were interviewed again, and the conclusion of the study was totally astonishing. The 13% of the class who had goals but didn't write them down earned twice the amount of the 84% who had no goals. But the 3% who had written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97% of the class combined. People who don't write down their goals tend to fail easier than the ones who have plans. So how can you accomplish a goal if you don't know what that goal is that you want to accomplish? You can hope you will somehow get there. You can hope that some of your skills or ambition will lead you there. You can hope that your connections and support system will lead you there. You can hope your optimism or past will somehow get you there. I think you get the point. You can hope all you want, and I'm not saying hope is bad. But is just hope what you want for all your success to be riding on? Of course, have faith in God, but you still have to get your butt out of bed in the morning and do something about it. We are partners in co-creation with God. Dale Carnegie, the first billionaire in America, was interviewed back in the 1900s, and he was asked, "How does one become so successful like you?" To which he responded, "There are only 3 questions you need to know the answers to. Number 1, what do you want in life? Number 2, what do you need to do in order to get there? And number 3, are you willing to expend the effort to get what you want?" Women come to me all the time wanting to manifest their soulmates. The first question I ask them is this: what are you doing in order to get your desired result? The first thing one needs to do is to be working on themselves. Don't look for the type of person you want. Become the type of person you want. You attract what you are. Period. If you want a supermodel husband, but you feel insecure or down about your body image, there's a misalignment there. If you want a man who is emotionally healthy and stable, but it takes you 2 hours deciding whether or not you want waffles or eggs for breakfast, there's a misalignment there. If you want to make $1 million, but you believe that rich people are all bad, there's a misalignment there. You manifest what you are. So the first thing to ask yourself is this: who am I and what do I want? Am I living with a lack mentality, but I want abundance? Am I eating 3 slices of cake a night, but I want a leaner body? Write down the answers to this profound question and get so honest with yourself. If you're not willing to sit down and do the work required to get you results, you might as well give up on your goal right now. Become okay not getting what you want. Next, it's critical that you take a baby step in the direction of your goal. I talk a lot about being a visionary and using your imagination to see the life you want to live. But without follow-up action, the ship is remaining docked at the harbor. Kabbalah teaches us that we must have both chokhmah and bina. Chokhmah being the vision, the idea of what we want. Bina being the action required to build that desire into our reality. The two work hand in hand. Chokhmah is wisdom, or the potential to be something. Chokhmah says, I will get married, I will get married, I will get married. But without Bina, the Chokhmah remains in the world of potential. Bina, on the other hand, is the expansion or actualization of that Chokhmah, of that initial idea. A man is considered Chokhmah because he brings a seed, an idea, a sperm, a potential to the woman. The woman is Bina because she actualizes that seed and creates a home in her womb in order for the seed to manifest into a human being. We require both energies, the masculine and the feminine, when it comes to seeing a goal manifest. Brian Tracy says, goal planning is like a recipe. You follow the recipe, you make the dish correctly. But only after you have cooked the dish over and over again does it become natural. And when you finish the meal, people don't say this is a miracle because at that point, it's not. It's second nature to you. So it makes sense why the recipe is that good. Same thing with goal planning. Once you have a plan to follow and you work on it every day, it only makes sense that it's going to manifest and turn out the way you want it to. So a woman comes to me wanting to manifest her husband. So I ask her, what actions are you taking to see to it that you find him? She starts resisting left and right. Matchmakers are too pushy. Dating apps are not my thing. Singles events always attract the weirdos. So I wonder how she expects to find her husband. The secret you must understand here is that taking action is your 10% piece of the game. God shows up and takes care of the 90% required to get you the results you need. He just wants to see that you're doing something about it. I can't tell you how many times a person decides to take one step forward in the direction of their goal and suddenly they receive divine assistance. Getting results becomes easier than you think if you start off the momentum. But you have to put in 100% of that 10% you've got to ensure that your heart is all in. The Baal Shem Tov teaches a beautiful mashal, an allegory, to further emphasize this relationship between a goal and the actualizing of it into reality. He says, imagine that you're walking in an unfamiliar place on a very dark night. Suddenly, a flash of lightning illuminates the whole area, and for an instant you can see everything with absolute clarity. But a moment later, the night is just as dark. Now you have to reconstruct what you saw in that momentary flash of lightning in order to find your way home. The lightning flash is a metaphor to the activity of Chokhmah, which flashes in and out of existence. It's where ideas and inspiration and downloads come from. Reconstructing what it was that was revealed when the darkness was briefly illuminated is akin to the functioning of Bina. Again, Bina is the expansion and extension of the initial point-like revelation of God into a built, actualized, comprehensive system. Manifesting your goals into reality requires a clear goal followed up with clear action steps. Then surrender and watch how Hashem shows up and reveals his creative expression in ways beyond anything your mind could ever imagine. Sharing is caring, so if you liked what you heard, pay it forward. Share this with a friend. And as always, happy manifesting. Happy manifesting.